Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Denise, aka Miss Niece Reads, and today we're going to be talking about the books that I read in January. January was actually a really good month for once, and that felt really nice. I read 8 books. 6 of them were physical, and 2 of them were through the Kindle app, so we're going to get straight to it. The first book that I read was Brunhild the Dragon Slayer, and this is by... The original story was by Yuiko Agarizaki, and the art was by Takeru Kirishima. This was 3 stars. This book just kind of stood out to me, but it also very much has that religious aspect of different things. So that brought in a lot of like, oh, I remember this from when I went to church. And you get to see the main character and the dragon that you can see right here. They get really close and stuff like that, but it kind of turns into a weird type of thing because like the dragon was really caring for the female MC from when she was young to her growing up into, I think, an adult, I'm pretty sure. I rate this a 3 stars because it was there. It was a read, basically. And there were some parts of it did get weird, where the dragon transforms into a human and she develops feelings for said dragon, and it's just like, no. So she just risks all of it for him, and yeah, it was kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie, but it was a book, it was a volume, it was like definitely that. The art of it, though, I will say, was beautiful though, like really beautiful. Like, let's look at this real quick. But yeah, I personally like the art, but the story itself, it was an F for me, so that's why I rated it a 3 stars. The next book that I read was The Mermaid by Talia Hibbert, and this was a 3.75 stars. I did not post it yet. I go into more detail on why I rated it 3.5 stars in my book review, so that will be up sometime later, well, the beginning of next week. So I rated this a 3.5 stars because it was more of the characters for me rather than the story and the plot. I did really like the plot though. It was just the characters for me that was just like, okay. I don't know about this one per se, but there was a lot of really good aspects to the story too, so don't get me wrong. There was a lot of great aspects. It was just something that I just didn't expect for it to hit the way that it did, and it just didn't do it for me this time. Hopefully her next books that I read in the future will. So let's hope for that. So that's why I rated it a 3.75 stars. We'll catch that review early next week. The next book that I read was Game On by Seressia Glass. This was my first 5-star this year. Samara and Aaron have my heart. The way that the story was crafted, I loved it. I don't know if it's better than Love Con, because I also loved it. But you have the CEO, Aaron's the CEO of Artemis Games, and they released a game, and Samara critiqued it. That's what I was looking for. She critiqued it and was like, hey, some of this stuff should have been better. It reached back to him, and he does want to make those changes. Those are evident. It's just the people and the staff don't really care, and that pisses me off. The way that Samara was treated throughout this entire book pissed me off, in terms of like Aaron's co-workers per se, and I did not like them. Mark, when I see you, Mark, when I catch you, Mark, because you piss me off. If you know, you know. I love Samara and Aaron's just friendship into the whole new project that they're working on, and then for them to turn that into lovers at some point, but they do wait until their contract is over and everything like that. But you get to see these two grow, and Aaron was so down bad for Samara. I don't blame. She is really smart and she knows exactly what she's doing. And the amount of comments that Samara would get because of what she does, I give her so much props because I don't know how I would be able to do it if I was in her position, basically. And so you get to see her go through so much stuff. Her friendships with her best friends. We also get to see random cameos from Kenya and Cameron, which is amazing because I love them in the LoveCon. And then you also kind of get to see a little bit of Grayson, a little bit too, Grayson and Max. They were cute. So you really get to see a lot of that and a lot of the familial aspects as well. I loved Samara's parents in this story a lot better, honestly, because they want to make sure that she's good, she's all right, and they don't really shame her for the fact of what she does, which is fantastic. I'm glad that they were on Aaron's ass though, because of like their daughter, and rightfully so. But I just loved this book. I loved the chemistry between Aaron and Samara. Too cute. Loved it. 5 stars. The next book that I read was See You Later, Mermaid by Dento. This is very much like a childhood best friends to lovers type of thing. I like the 2 male MCs a lot in this. And I forgot to say it, I rated it 4 stars. I like I love the 2 male MCs in this. And just getting to see that journey. I thought a little bit it was going to be like a leap year-ish type of situation. And I was about to be like, oh god. Because I'm not really the biggest fan. I'm not the biggest fan of that type of element in the story. But I really liked it. That bonus bit shocked me. Not like in a like, oh my god, I'm ew type of way. I'm like, okay, good to know. So I really just liked this. It was a fun time. I loved it. So that's why I rated it 4 stars. The next book that I read was Imaginary Volume 2 by Niiro Ikuhana. I need to rewrite that again. Why? Reading journal. I rated this a 3 star. This volume kind of felt like a filler for me. So that's all I kind of remembered about it. Do I want to go into volume 3? Absolutely. This one just felt like a filler. And sometimes fillers are okay. But yeah, it was just a filler for me. That's really it. The next book that I read was When I Think of You by Myah, Ariel, and I rated this a 4.75 stars. This was not exactly a 5 star because of Danny's of Danny. And just some of his decisions were just not it for me. Celine and Jim, you can cash these hands for all I care. You can cash these hands. Because what Talia had to go through, heartbreaking. But it also shows the Hollywood industry as well and how fucked that is. But you get to see this is the second chance romance between Danny and Talia. They were dating throughout college and stuff like that, and had a little thing in college, and they reunite again when he's on the same lot that she's working on, and he wants her to be a production assistant for his new movie, and she's like, sure, basically. And you get to see the behind the scenes of making that movie. So it really reminded me of Real a little bit, just in that aspect. But Celine can catch these hands, you weirdo. You absolute weirdo. So you get to see the ups and downs of these two, everything like that. I liked Myah, who is Kalia's roommate and college best friend. Loved her as well. And just, the story was really so much fun. Like I said, Danny I was like, okay, cool. He's nice and everything. He's chill. But there were some decisions on his end. I'm just like, you could have done something better about that, right? So that's why I rated it a 4.75 stars. The next book that I read was The Partner Plot by Kristina Forrest, and it was a 5-star read. Second Chance, Marriage of Convenience. You have Violet. Violet is the middle sister of the Green sisters, and she's a fashion designer. She had a very, very, very rough public breakup with her ex-fiance because her client slept with her man. Crazy. And so you get to see her kind of just dealing with that. And then just Xavier, he's a high school English teacher and also the head coach. He is below that coach of the basketball team at Willow Ridge, which was their high school that they both went to. The prologue hooked me in immediately, and getting to see like a little bit of that history beforehand was nice, because I don't know how it would have felt if that wasn't there. And then Violet has an interview, and then she just blurts out, "Oh hey, I am married," because they both reunite in Vegas. So they had fun. It was a fun time. They did a little fake marriage type of deal in Vegas. You know what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And so she said, "Oh yeah, I'm married to my high school sweetheart." And then while he's just like, "What the fuck?" he also thinks about it. He was like, "Hey, this could be good for both of our careers." So they decided to, like, you know, prolong it and everything like that. And you get to see them in that stage again, and then to grow feelings again. I love these two. I love these two so much. Their banter, oh gosh, it was amazing. I loved it. I absolutely ate it up. I hate her parents though, especially her mom. Yeah. I was not a fan. At all. So I just loved this story. This story was also very well crafted as well. I'm super excited to get to Iris' story, because we do get to meet more of Angel in here, and I'm very excited for that, because Angel is so down bad for Iris. It's crazy. So I'm excited for the Lover to come out literally next week. So 5-star book. I loved it. I ate it up. And the last book that I read was Brown Girl Dreaming by Jaqueline Woodson. This is basically a novel in verse memoir of her growing up in a really pivotal time. This was a 4-star read. I don't like rating memoirs, honestly, just because it is their person's life that, you know, we're talking about here. So I think in that aspect, I do mainly just writing wise. Loved it. I loved reading the novel in verse. She's a really good writer, and I understand why she's very much highly praised like that. There's a lot of different things that I learned that I never knew. So one of them for sure that really surprised me was learning about Jehovah's Witnesses, because I've had a few friends that are part of it, but I don't know what that entails. So kind of reading that and seeing what all that was about was very, very interesting. So yeah, it was really good. I loved it. No wonder it won the prizes that it did, because spot on. You get to see about how she grew up with her siblings, going back and forth from the country to New York, all that stuff. It was a nice read, honestly. So that's why I rated it 4 stars. And with that, those are the books that I read in January. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and comment down what books you read in January. I'd like to know. Make sure you follow all my social media. All of that will be in the description below. And until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video.